Warning! The following audio may contain coarse language and other material that may not be suitable for a younger audience. Listener discretion is advised. Also, we may spoil anything and everything, so you have been warned.
오빠! 어떡해!
Oh, I love Opie too.
꺼져, 이
We're finally in
새끼야.
agreement that Opie is the one true savior to this planet that we call.
That was my test. 오빠, 어떡해! 사랑해!
Oh my god.
Why
아줌마!
does she keep saying Opie, guys? I don't get it.
오빠!
Holden, does she think she's a defender?
I don't know. I think she thinks this.
I am a solid Opie defender.
No, you
Get
aren't.
out. Leave.
No, you're not. No,
Get
you're
out.
not. Gene. You
You know what?
don't-
No. After hearing that podcast,
Wait,
I
okay,
was-
okay,
No,
Gene,
Gene, don't say it yet.
How's it going, Internet? My name's Holden. Here with the rest of me, we have my form to create the Megazord known as J-Taku. So with me today, I've got Sooin from SICnanigans.
Slane did nothing wrong.
Garant from the Anime
Hey
Zone.
guys, sup? It's nice to be back.
Jimmy from Jimi Golgia. Or is it AFK? What's it called?
All of you.
Okay.
God, why am I?
I have to say, okay.
I'm-
As a forward, I apologize for Jimmy's audio in this episode because he is recording on his phone because he is currently in hiding from everyone in the gaming community who is after his blood.
Well, the biggest thing is, especially with ISIS and Ebola going around, he really can't afford to use a computer because he might get a virus.
Yes.
And the final person who's also afraid of viruses, and second best in Anime NA, we got Jean from Anime Appraisal.
Jimmy hasn't winked in 4 days.
Oh, she has also added to her resume the fact that she's just watched Mentaku for the first
Yes.
time.
Out of
Yeah.
And so, like,
Well-
first off, disclaimer.
Well, no,
This is an episode about Aldnoah.Zero, so you are listening to the right one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to divulge a little bit, Jean, can you please tell me what you thought a year later or something of Mentaku?
after putting it off.
All right, so
After putting it off for this long.
okay, this is the
Wait,
thing.
wait. Are you an Opie defender or are you the pleb ass person?
I'm a fuck ass. Like no,
Oh!
Yeah. You should
So
fuck
dumb.
ass. You should fuck ass.
no.
Garant, be salty. How about I pour some
no.
pepper on that ass, Garant?
I just don't get it. But the thing is, I think I kind of regret watching it a year later, only because a year later I met 3 of the 5 guys in that podcast, and it's like I've seen their physical forms, and imagining them having penises freaks me out.
Implying we all didn't have an orgy in
Because-
Anime Next, Gene.
Because
Come on.
at first they were just guys over the internet through a screen with little avatar icons that aren't even themselves, and now they're just men, and they're talking about manly things.
We are men.
And they're talking about sex, and that just scares me. So I tried watching Mentaku 4 times. The first time I watched it, I got to the first maybe 3 minutes until Jimmy mentioned that he hasn't wanked in 4 days. So then I got scared and I X'd out of it. Second time I got to like the 7-minute mark. Third time I got to the 13-minute mark, and the 4th time I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it, and I did it.
And she just stuck it in, so...
And
She swallowed
no.
all of it.
I really, but the thing is, like, it made me think though, like, our Femtaku is nothing like your Mentaku.
That's why we have to up it
Like,
up a notch.
the
Gene.
thing
Yeah,
is,
we gotta take it up
I
a
feel
notch
like
whenever
yes,
we bring in Helena
I
again.
feel like Sooin, if we could do another Femtaku,
I am down for
we
it. Shout out to Sarah.
could do this.
Shout out to Helena.
Shout out to Sarah, Helena, Sarah.
Sarah needs to one up her yaoi game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Seriously,
Love stage,
like,
not enough.
we will go in on everything.
I think that's not the only. That's not the only kind of going in we're gonna talk about.
Because if
Oh, I think you know.
if and when
Like boys' butts.
The only one that doesn't know is Jimmy, unfortunately.
Jimmy's afraid of dick.
Oh well, I didn't know you guys were all right with attacking the virgin here. I see you lot. Alright.
Unlike you,
It's okay-
unlike
no,
us,
Jimmy,
Jimmy,
the special case with you is that you're an angry virgin. You
he's
just can't get
expressing
rid of it.
abstinence, which is important.
He's just sexually frustrated.
I mean, guys, like, here's the thing, right? Like, abstinence has proved 100% effective in birth control, except for that one time with Virgin Mary, when it just didn't work.
And Virgin Mary gave birth to Holden.
Yeah.
Man,
AKA
I feel
Jesus
sorry for
Christ.
the
was like-
eventual girl you lose your virginity with, who's gonna have to like glomp like 20 years worth of semen in just one go.
Oh! Ew.
Oh man, it'll
Why
be
did I imagine
that
that?
old Nickelodeon show, the slime. Like, it'll be just like that old Nickelodeon show.
Oh my god.
To the woman who takes away Jimmy's virginity, I feel sorry for you.
I will shake your hands. I will salute
Oh
you.
god.
Okay, before this turns into Mentaku versus Femtaku,
Yeah.
which
Well,
doesn't
this-
actually sound like a bad idea. We may
No, it doesn't sound like a
We
bad
may make
idea.
this-
Well, I'll write that one down.
yeah,
in the
we may
notebook really
make this
quick.
a podcast after the eventual sequels to both of these separate podcasts, which both seem to be a fan
Right.
favorite. But to get back on topic, guys, so we're here to talk about Aldnoah.Zero, not sex.
Yes.
As much as we'd want
Yes, Aldnoah.Zero, which has no sex in it.
Slain will die an angry virgin.
Slain is a virgin. Inaho is a virgin.
to. Everyone.
The
Says
difference
bitch
is
is a
one is
virgin.
alive, the other one isn't. Also, just to add a
Oh,
disclaimer
yeah.
again, if we're
How
gonna talk
about
about,
we say
okay, there
that?
is obvious spoilers in this. In case you didn't hear the disclaimer.
All right. So with Aldnoah.Zero, let's start from the beginning. Do you want to start with
Okay, so
the
Fate Zero.
schematics of the show, like the,
schematics.
expectations? Like,
Well, it's a 24 minute long, it's 12 episodes. Directed by
Directed by
Aoki,
Aoki, written by
with
Katsuhiko
music by
Takayama.
Hiroki Sawano, written with an original screenplay by Ken Urobuchi. Is that enough
Alright.
schematics for you?
so here we go. I want to start off. I
Okay,
want
go,
to start
Gene.
off.
Go.
Whoever's
Go.
editing this, I feel so bad
Let's
for you.
okay, no.
Yeah,
we will
fuck-
talk about the ending
At the end.
later, and
Yeah.
let's save the sweet, savory ending for later in this podcast.
All right. Let's keep
Yeah.
going.
So, Gene.
So Jimmy, I'll let you talk next because you're like never on a podcast and this is special. But
Yeah.
all right, I just would like to point out that
Wow, that backhanded insult.
She's
That's
just
not an
full of them
insult.
now.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
I just told Jimmy he was special.
Okay, just finish, Gene. Finish.
All right, so I watched Aldnoah.Zero, and first episode I thought was really great, right? And then I just didn't watch Aldnoah.Zero at all for like the following 2 months. So I decided that I was gonna marathon it when it was at like the second to last episode. So I did that, and I thought to myself, "Wow, this is just so typical and stupid, and I don't like it at all."
and then she
And
realized
this
she was
sucks.
watching it raw, muted, and then
Yeah.
I
So-
quote one of Jean's earlier Skype messages. I want Inaho to choke on a dick so badly.
Yes.
that was a direct quote. We have a timestamp for that.
Okay, I will say regardless, I
Irregardless.
did rewatch. I did
Classic.
rewatch Aldnoah.Zero with sound, which makes a big ton of a fucking difference. I absolutely love Aldnoah.Zero now, and I still really hate Inaho.
Yeah.
Wait,
and
Jean,
that's what I wanted to say.
Will this anime convert you into a mecha fan?
You know what? Bring it on, Sooin.
thought it was pretty cool.
Watch.
I think.
Yes.
Oh my
I think-
god. I
Do
thought
it.
this day will never be seen. Now it's all up to you, Garnt.
It's funny because
Yeah.
the thing about Aldnoah.Zero is that I'm not a mecha fan, but that doesn't mean I don't watch mechas. But I've introduced Aldnoah.Zero to a lot of mecha haters that have just gone, I hate all Gundam and I'm never gonna like any Gundam ever. And then I show them, are you watching Aldnoah.Zero this season? And I'm like, I haven't given, they just don't give it a second thought. And I was like, give it a few goes. And then they really, really, really get into it. Which is surprising considering, you guys say that it is very, very similar to some Gundams.
It is, in a lot of ways.
What do you
Yeah,
mean
it's a clear
similar?
ripoff from a lot of successful
Similar.
Gundam shows.
Oh no, Gaunt. Similar. Fucking hell. This is the Gundam format to a fucking T. Like
Is it?
other Nazi Germany inspired villains, like lower technology Earthlings. Fucking, this is Gundam. Like,
I think that's like as far as the similarities go.
Whoa,
Though, to be
whoa,
fair,
whoa.
Jimmy.
How are they like Nazis though? Are they like Nazis just because they're wearing uniforms?
okay, look, the thing about Mecha, especially Gundam started this. But the thing about Mecha is they've had this, trope where the villains often have very clear Nazi Germany or Imperial German influences in their designs. You see this in Valvrave. You see this in shows like
Valvrave the Penetrator.
Are you saying this because like the king is like Aryan and the princess is Aryan?
No. They're taking aspects of their government from Nazi Germany that's passed on to the anime.
Yeah, it's influenced.
Like the fact that they say Sieg Zeon in Gundam just shows that they have like the same thing as Sieg Heil, Hitler and all that bullshit. But it's it just goes to the whole idea of this is kind of a derivative. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aldnoah.Zero is extremely derivative. It takes out of the page of every single mecha ever created, but at the same time, it doesn't do much to warrant it being derivative. If you're gonna be derivative, do something interesting, do something new. The mech designs aren't interesting. The mech designs on both sides, for the Martians and the Earthlings, they look, the Earthlings look like freaking. If you played Zone of the Enders, it looks like.
Oh my God! Just stop. We're not talking about Zoe. We're not talking about Zoe.
Wait. So,
Well, I feel like
Jimmy,
this is going to be a battle between Gene and Jimmy.
Jimmy,
I'm totally fine with this.
What?
Shh. Jimmy,
What?
do you not like Aldnoah.Zero? Jimmy, wait. We didn't discuss this before the podcast started. Wait.
Oh my god.
So there might have been a reason why we brought Jimmy back for this episode,
There might have been.
and I think he might have just solved it.
Welcome back, Jimmy.
We saw Jimmy's Twitter,
Welcome back.
and we were like, Jimmy.
See, the thing is about Jimmy, most people have unpopular opinions because it makes them seem intelligent. Jimmy has unpopular opinions because he's an idiot. He just doesn't get it. Although, Jimmy, I will say, okay, here's the thing. I think that we can both agree on this, Jimmy, okay?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So let the Opie fenders level with really quick. I think it's important to realize that, albeit any kind of things that it borrows from other series or is derivative from, as its own experience, I think it actually succeeds in being entertaining, whilst at the same time being quite engaging as far as not necessarily predictable in what will occur in future episodes. I think that's where the real bulk of it came from. Because it's easy to compare it to something, like, for instance, the one you reminded me most of was probably Zeta. And that said, I think it's important to realize that, like, Zeta and, like, Turn A, a little bit of Turn A, because like, the factions. But I think it's important to realize that, although derivative, that doesn't mean bad. They're not synonymous.
Let me ask you this, as all as mecha fans, then.
Sure.
Like, how does Aldnoah.Zero compare as a mecha in general? Because the thing I really liked about Aldnoah.Zero was that it seemed like a lot easier to get into than your normal Gundam.
I think it is. Like, I think that we can all agree it's fairly accessible.
It really depends on what you want, because mech has this unfortunate stigma of being really politically driven, and that's not really everybody's cup of tea.
Yes.
Like, Holden, Jimmy, and I, and Alan we just love mechs in general.
What about
Yeah.
like Valvrave? I felt like Valvrave was more politically
Valvrave
driven.
is meta in the sense that it's so bad it's good, Gene.
Yeah.
No, it's like gone. In my opinion, you know that thing where you want to get someone who hates mecha into mecha. I've had more success with Valvrave than I would say with Aldnoah.Zero.
Oh my god!
Valvrave,
I think
my
if we took a poll, I think if we took a like made
Oh my
an
God.
if we made an experiment,
Tristan, I know how Tristan feels.
I think
Oh my god!
I think if we assembled a controlled lab experiment.
Tristan's frosty soul has entered mine.
Okay, this is
know.
getting weird.
Oh my god!
said.
Oh my god, this is
oh god.
this is turning out so much better than I thought it would.
Oh my god.
So I think
I
that
fucking hate Valvrave.
that said, Jimmy, I think if we made a control group, an experiment, I think Valvrave would lose ultimately. Because I do think Valvrave is a lot more dragged on, whereas Aldnoah.Zero was so into it so fast.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I loved,
I do.
it had a fucking.
I get what you're saying.
Like, okay, I think I think the main thing, okay, so you have to remember that I haven't seen a lot of mecha. Maybe one of
Full
the
Metal
first
Panic.
being
Whereas I've seen entirely too much.
okay. So I guess I don't know how much
But you have seen Valvrave then as well.
I've seen Valvrave.
So
up
this
to,
is
like,
this is a very interesting scenario because you can be our control. Like, which one do you think would be better for someone like you who hasn't seen much
Okay,
mecha to
so-
get into it?
First of all, let me be honest. I think I've seen up to episode 9 of Valvrave, but I also have seen up to episode 9 of Aldnoah.Zero.
Obviously, you haven't gotten the entire Valve.
But the thing is, the build up in Valvrave was like shit compared to the
Okay.
build up in Aldnoah.Zero.
Okay.
Well, the build up in general is the objective is different.
The reason why I disagree with that entirely is Aldnoah.Zero had.
You can't disagree with her opinion.
Well, no, but tell
It's
me.
her experience, not even her opinion.
Yeah, it's not okay. I'm not disagreeing with the experience.
Welcome back, Jimmy.
The opinion. I'm saying is the first episode of Aldnoah.Zero. I know the part where everyone really loves the when they blow up New York, and it's like really
It's actually
It's
New
New
Orleans.
Orleans. We're not hurting the white people.
whatever. Yeah, like
Like, I know you don't like Jean right now, but Jesus Christ.
They're blowing up Gene.
the reason is I didn't really feel anything from that scene. Like, I know everybody was like, "Oh wow, this is really crazy."
I didn't feel shit either.
Well,
You're not supposed to feel.
I agree because I've seen, or at least Jimmy and I have seen, so much mecha to the point where we can point out all the tropes and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I
but,
will fully admit that the first episode of Aldnoah.Zero was really boring compared to the last 5 minutes, just because something happened.
But the thing
Yeah,
is,
like the thing is, Aldnoah.Zero starts off so boring because, in my opinion, it's like you see every character in that scene. You've seen them a million times before from the first scene. Like,
It's funny that we talk about how boring it is and the characters and how it's like it's almost synonymous to you
Yeah.
But I
because it
just
has one of the most
think-
boring main characters.
I just think altogether, like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I've said I haven't seen many mecha, but characters don't mean too much when it comes to the mecha genre. Like, I feel like when it comes to the mecha genre,
No, Jean, it means a lot.
that's not true.
say that's
the
completely
mech
wrong.
is like the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100%
That's-
wrong. Because it's a robot, and the robot doesn't mean anything if the person piloting it isn't worth
Yeah.
watching.
That's like saying Top Gun. That's like saying Top Gun didn't mean anything, but like the guys didn't mean anything. It was just the planes. Like, no, it was
Yeah,
the guys
yeah,
in the
yeah.
plane.
It's the difference between, for instance, watching like if you'd be the difference between like watching someone play a multiplayer mecha game and actually knowing the people playing it. If you just watch it superficially, you might get something out of it, like on a superficial kind of cool level.
yeah, but I feel like at the same time, when someone is, like, behind a fucking mecha directing it, they're literally following orders and they're trying to make plans, like, strategically to win a battle. You're not really finding out who they are as
No,
a
no, no, no,
person.
but-
No,
You're
Jean, it's the experience through the mech that allows the character to develop. Like, think of the robot as the platform.
Yes. It's like the same thing as
Like,
like.
that's kind of why I like Inoho as a character, because every
Shut
time
up,
every time
Jimmy.
he does anything in the mech, you find out
Oh god, the bait.
Oh god, this is.
the bait has
I
been-
forgot what it's like with dealing with Jimmy.
what.
It's like low quality bait. The episode again.
Welcome back, Jimmy. Welcome.
But to answer your question, Gene, imagine in a shonen battle where you say, "I'm only watching it for the powers that people have." You know what I mean? It's not the people using the powers. I'm just watching it for their superpowers. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like watching Kuroko just for the basket.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't.
Okay, yeah.
It would be a
Right.
complete hollow and null experience if you were
You're
just
watching them
it.
grow as a
Exactly.
team. more
No,
than-
no.
Yeah,
Well, that's kind
it's
of
the
it.
experience. It's the journey, Gene.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Thing is, I also really don't like the mechs in Aldnoah. Like, the human mechs just look like
That's a personal thing. Like, but that is fair. I think the cats look weird.
Okay, Jimmy. Let me ask you this, Jimmy.
What?
What if the mechs weren't CG?
What if the mechs weren't CG? Then it would jump from a 6 out of 10 to like an 8 out of 10.
Exactly.
Like, just on that.
The thing is that my biggest problem with the Aldnoah.Zero with the mechs is that they were in CG. If they were just fucking 2D animation, like traditional, like
That's not fair even, because Valvrave's mechs are in CG, and that still looks amazing. Like, what's it called? Majestic Prince's mechs are in CG too. That looks good as well.
I mean, I don't know.
But I think both of those series are not as strong story-wise as Aldnoah.Zero, in my opinion.
Unicorn uses.
Here's the problem with Aldnoah.
Okay, do not bring up Unicorn, because that's like a 2.5D. That's like a couple scenes, there's CG. But
No,
it's
like,
almost
okay.
all hand-drawn.
The problem, I think Jimmy will agree with me on this, is that while Valvrave is really self-aware to the point where it's so bad it's good, Aldnoah.Zero at some points it's so bad because they're trying way too hard to be serious. Would you agree with
They're
me on
trying
this,
to
Jimmy?
be memorable. No,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
Wait. Okay, Sooin.
Yeah, the thing is, what Aldnoah is doing is it's trying to be like memorable and meaningful and like and extremely deep while being baby's first mecha.
Okay,
Like,
I personally don't think it's the.
Wait, I'm really confused here. Okay, so a unanimous thing: is Aldnoah.Zero a good show or a bad show?
Good.
It's enjoyable, but it's not the best, so I'd say it's about around a 6 for me.
Okay, that wasn't the question. The question was, is it a good show? Yes or no? I'm gonna vote yes.
It's alright.
Gene?
it's all right.
It's good.
Okay.
Okay, guys, you're missing it again. Yes or no?
Would you recommend it to someone else?
Would I recommend it to someone? No, I wouldn't. There's
Okay.
so much. There's so many better mechas you can watch.
Because I
There's so much better shows.
personally, not as a mecha fan, and not having seen much mecha above the usual intro level Gundam series, I thought it was a good show. That's me personally, as a non-mecha fan, and Gene agrees with me, and a lot of people
Right.
who are not fans of mech also agree with me. So,
Which is
Right.
quite a bit
Is
of
it
people,
because
to be
you haven't
honest.
seen much good mecha?
But
I don't think that's the
also-
case. I've seen a lot of mecha, probably
Yeah.
more than you guys, and I still like it.
Yeah, but like on the contrary, Holden, it's like Holden's favorite genre. Holden watches tons of mecha.
Like, I've seen more mecha than both of you. I do know that much.
Tell me this.
So
Barring
Holden, why don't you?
barring any Gundams, are there any good pure mechas?
There's only one, but that's we both.
apart from like Code Geass.
Yes.
There's like 3, and we know all 3. It's Code Geass, Evangelion, and Arkada.
Which I've seen all 3. So
Yeah.
I think that Full Metal Panic counts as a mecha.
yeah,
It's a comedy, though.
That's
Fullmetal
fair.
Panic is
No,
a bit of
that's
everything.
fair.
But-
We can give it. But Jimmy, what would you say then? That's not
Also
not
Broken
Gundam.
Blade.
that's not Gundam. Because all I'm hearing is you haven't watched.
Because you said you disagree, so I'm very interested to hear what your rebuttal is.
But what I was gonna say about
Yes.
what, like about
What
about-
you said you disagree. What was your counter argument to disagreeing with
to
it?
disagreeing with why I don't like.
No. With what is a good mecha series that is not any of the ones I mentioned, and that is not Gundam.
Gurren Lagann.
Oh, we're not gonna get into this. Gurren Lagann is a different ballpark to anything Aldnoah.Zero tries to be.
It's still a mech.
No, that's not my point. Okay, the reason I brought this up, shut up, sir. The
No,
reason
no.
I brought this up was because all I'm hearing is Aldnoah.Zero was bad because Gundam has done it and done it better. And it's just like the reason I like Aldnoah.Zero is it's so much more appealing than Gundam is. You know what I mean? Gundam
Yes.
has
Yeah.
got such,
Gunbuster. Gunbuster.
which is also a super robot show.
And also Holden Macross.
Yeah. Yes, Macross. Macross Plus.
Man, you guys are really trying. Keep going now. Let's see what you got. I can name some if you can't, because I've seen more than you guys. Because I can bring up
Macross
Gasaraki. We can bring up Gasaraki. We can.
Mazinger Z.
Okay, so we're bringing up more super robots. Okay, I've seen we've divulged back into that.
We can go Gunbuster or Diebuster.
Okay, so we're still divulging back into super robots. Are we going to say Astro Boy? Is that where we're going now? Is that what we're saying?
And we're gonna talk about
Are we going to talk about Cyborg 009? Is Ghost in the Shells? Is that mecha now? Like, what are we doing now, Sooin? I don't think there is enough serious mecha shows outside of
is
Gundam
not.
to warrant any kind of disregard of this show in that kind of field.
The fact that all the shows you said was like pre-1980.
The last show,
basic-
Gunbuster is actually in the late 1980s.
but the only show that was
What about Escaflowne, though? Escaflowne.
in the new millennia, the only show in the new millennia that was released that has this kind of aspects that is not any of that would be probably Guilty Crown, and that's not even like a mecha. That just has
that's
mechas
just
in
not.
it.
That's just not as good. That's not. Guilty Crown is not as good as Aldnoah.Zero.
No, totally, I agree.
see what you're disregarding here, Holden, is a logical fallacy by saying you're trying to make Gundam as its own self seem a lot less important than it has any right
No,
to.
but that wasn't the question, Jimmy. That's not the thing.
The question is flawed. The question is flawed.
How is it flawed, Jimmy?
How's it flawed? Because Gundam is not just an anime. Gundam is an institution in and of itself.
Okay, and that's fine. But the question then simply is, Jimmy, name serious mecha shows that are not Gundam. It's that simple.
Your problem with Aldnoah.Zero is that you're comparing it.
It's because it's
you're comparing it to
Gundam.
You're comparing it to Gundam, basically. And I'm saying Gundam has a big problem in itself in that he has a very high entry level if you want to properly get into it.
It's very inaccessible.
It is. And the thing I love about Aldnoah.Zero that it's so easy to get into. And
the reason it's easy to recommend is for that exact same reason.
And the biggest criticism I hear with Aldnoah.Zero is that it's trying too hard to do something that Gundam's already done. And I'm saying, well, can you think of any other example of a mecha show that's come out recently that's tried this, apart from Code Geass, which is also an anime that I really like.
Wait. Have any of you seen Macross Frontier, by the way?
Yes,
No.
and
Okay.
7. And do you remember
Well,
Love?
Macross
And-
Frontier was like mid to late 2000s, by the way.
Okay, yeah, I know. I've seen it.
'Cause-
That's the difference.
If you're saying we need a new hot mecha show for the new generation, I don't.
You don't want it to be Aldnoah.Zero?
Fine. I don't want it to be
Why?
Aldnoah.Zero. You want to know why?
No, wait. Okay, here's the thing, though. The second season hasn't been released yet, so we can't really make concrete judgments on whether it's going to be good or not in terms of recommending for future.
But
for
even with
future
Code
mech
Geass,
fans.
like Code Geass, everyone doesn't like R2. A lot of people don't like R2. Not everyone, but a lot of people don't like R2. But I'd still recommend Code Geass watching it, if not just for season 1. And that's what I could see myself doing with Aldnoah.Zero, even if season 2 is just the worst thing, Nobunaga level anime.
Nobunaga level.
It would be fine.
But Jimmy, what were you saying about why don't you want Aldnoah.Zero to be the new mech?
Because this is really a personal thing, but like I feel like it fails at being a mecha show. Like it fails when it comes to its mechs.
How so?
Wait, is it the info dumping that really bothers you?
Oh no, the info dumping isn't bad. The info dumping
Because
like how
no. Here's what it really bothered me, especially in the first episode. Do you all remember the scene where the princess and her little assistant was going down an elevator, and they were literally info dumping their entire history, even though the princess and the maid were supposed to know that from the very beginning.
you see, I've gotten used to that, and I also think that's another reason why this show is kind of silly. Like it's something that Urabuchi loves to do, but he doesn't always do it. But what he only does.
Urabuchi's not It's not Urabuchi. Also, it's still a lot of writers.
It's anime. It's anime in general. That problem is just an anime problem in general. Exposition has always been a problem with anime.
It's because anime loves world building. Anime loves to make you feel like you've been taken to a completely new world.
But to get back on track, Jimmy, I think what is your personal problem that you have? It fails as a mecha.
It
How
fails
so?
as a mecha in terms of actually keeping the action looking good. Like
What?
Okay, so Jimmy
What a
Mobius
petty
stuff.
fucking argument!
Okay, opinion disregarded. Let's move on.
Okay,
everyone.
I was literally sitting here waiting. Oh man, he's gonna just say something really profound.
But Jimmy, like
That's
here's
like
the
saying
thing.
ping pong is just unwatchable because it looks like shit.
I have a few other things. That's not the only thing I have to say.
I like how it was the first though.
Jimmy.
The first, like the second is like it fails as a mecha because the story it's telling of this is a civilization that's been ravaged because of greed. I feel like it's a nifty idea. It's a nifty idea, but it could have been done in a way that didn't. Okay. Here's how I can put this. Gundam is very successful at one thing, and I know, I'm bringing it back, but it's very successful at making you not want to automatically root for one side.
I'm bringing
That's
Gundam
not always
back.
true. I completely disagree. You haven't seen enough Gundam, obviously, because if you've seen Zeta, you instantly hate the Titans. If you've seen Double Zeta, you instantly hate everyone.
You just immediately hate judo.
Oh my god, if you watch Double Zeta, you hate the good guys, the bad guys, you hate them less because they're not the good guys, and especially
here's my-
because they're at least not replacing Camille, who was the best thing in Zeta.
Okay, but here is the problem.
Okay.
It's trying too far to reach when you don't really have to do it that hard.
Okay, but here's what I think. I think you guys just think that they're trying to do that just because of whose name is listed on the show. Like, I feel like you guys are looking at the composer, the writer, the director. You're looking at all that and you're thinking, oh my god, they're trying way too hard to make this too good.
Jean, I like to say that the writer wrote Boku no Pico,
That's fine.
so expectations have immediately dropped.
Okay, but everything else, like, everybody, I think you guys are more on the fact of what everybody else is saying about the series and how hyped they were for the series. It's just kind of bringing you guys down because it's becoming as successful as people thought it was going to be. And I think it's just upsetting you because you guys like more of the classic shows, or you like because you guys are just mecha fans.
That's pretty valid in my opinion.
Yeah, you guys are just.
But only because Jean is saying it, because she's a new mecha.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone else was saying that,
fag.
I'd probably be like, for instance, if Alan said that, I'd be like, Alan, stop kidding yourself. But if Ken said that, or Jean said that, I'd be like, oh, okay. Like, I can see what they're coming from.
Rene no Lagrange.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
That's why
talking
everybody else is looking forward to the show. And the thing is, I think it may upset you, but guys, at the same time, I enjoyed this show a lot, and I want to watch more mecha. Like, isn't that what you want? As a mecha fan yourself, wouldn't you want more people to get into the mecha genre as well with you? Like me.
Yeah, exactly. I want people to get into more mecha, but I think
I want more people to be in the romance genre. The more people that are in the romance genre, the more people I can talk to about it.
That's
that's
because the romance genre is because like anime has rarely done romance, right? And romance is
okay, yeah, and anime has also done mecha.
That's going completely different topic. But the point Gene says is that
nice ad hominem too, though.
What I'm saying is, you're upset because people are liking it, and you don't want people to like it as a mecha show, but you're not also thinking about maybe, like, I mean, in 6 months I might start fucking Gundam, and I might agree with you. But the thing is, you're not giving me that door to, you're not allowing me to open that gate up. So the gate was Aldnoah.Zero. Like, you're upset.
Hashtag Gundam Gate.
So you're not allowing me.
That was too good.
No, so the thing is, you're not allowing me to
I'm
get
so
into
mad
the
I didn't
mecha
think of
genre
that,
just
but I
because
did.
I started with Aldnoah.Zero. Like, you shouldn't think about stuff like that.
I'm not mad at that.
But the thing is, you're upset as a mecha
Everybody
fan.
calm down.
As a mecha fan, you're upset.
Shut up,
Calm
Sooin.
down. Gene, our main problem is that it can be good, it's just that it hasn't tapped into its full potential. And that's until season 2 airs.
Oh,
And we can totally
come on.
eat our words up by season 2.
retreat. Damage
But
control.
what I'm saying is,
Okay.
as of now, season 1, there's a lot of untapped potential, but I just don't think that
Okay,
they're
then what?
tapping
Okay,
into
what
it.
were you
Alright, I
expecting?
will
then?
say at the same time that, as Tristan believes, endings are paramount. And I believe the ending to the season 1 of Aldnoah.Zero
Was fucking
was absolutely
amazing.
It was so good.
That
When
was
the show
incredible.
ended, I thought automatically of Code Geass.
That's
Like,
and Jimmy here again to just throw some spanners in the work and everyone explodes.
Oh my god.
I didn't hear what he said, though. What'd he say?
Okay, here's the thing that annoys me about Aldnoah.Zero. The one part of the series that I actually thought was very interesting and endearing is the part that everybody seems to hate. And that's my base-ass nigga Inaho.
Jimmy, just
Man, you are a fucking dumb motherfucker, Jimmy.
People
Yeah.
seem to hate.
Jimmy,
I don't
Jimmy.
know what.
Sling did nothing wrong.
Jimmy is just on a crusade.
you.
Just
Slain put the slain in his own name.
Inaho got slain, and that is canon.
Yeah, he did get slain.
I don't get why people hate Inaho. Like, what is so
Because he's so much shittier than Slain Troyard, and it sucks.
Because
Jimmy, it's really boring to see a guy who just seemingly has all the answers and can
Yeah.
outsmart
Okay.
full-time military personnel.
He's such
in
a
just
Mary
matter
Sue, it's
of less than an
ridiculous.
episode.
okay, Jimmy, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I wouldn't mind.
He is...
Wait,
He is Makoto inside a robot instead of inside of a vagina.
no. What? What? What?
I refuse to engage Gene. Gone. Continue.
Okay, okay. Gene made me lose my train of thought there for a second with her fucking bullshit.
Gene, you're laying on all that low quality things.
Man, it's this podcast with Gene on the right and Jimmy to the left is just like trying to like navigate a minefield, and it's just like.
But Jimmy, we like school days. I don't understand.
No, you see, Gene. Fuck you. Fuck you for liking Aldnoah.Zero.
Shut up.
Fuck
Okay,
you.
okay.
Aldnoah.Zero's good.
Shut-
the ending of the school day sucks.
Shut up.
You suck.
Shut up, Gene. Shut
You
up.
suck, Gene.
Oh my god. I'm gonna kick one of you guys before the end of this podcast if you don't let me fucking hear. Okay, so my problem with I wouldn't mind Inoho so much if he wasn't the main character. Problem with him being the main character is he just brought down the show so many times because he was so fucking boring as a character.
Yes.
You may argue
Like, if you compare him to Slain, he's much less
I
dynamic.
mean, okay, Jimmy, like, his sister is an officer in the military, and he talks down to her, and it's
I'm not
okay.
even. That's fine. Like that's war. But I think the more interesting character is actually his teacher. I think he was so much more
Mariko.
interesting than Inoho.
Yeah.
How he had the whole past with PTSD and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these characters are so much more interesting than Inoho, who is just a fucking bland Marisu. And you may argue his depth, which I'm going to fucking disagree on. I am going to fucking
I would like to
disagree
point out
on.
Jimmy's argument is that he's calling him an autistic, highly functioning male.
God.
Okay. I
Okay,
don't
let
think
me-
he has
let me
any depth,
explain.
but go ahead, Jimmy.
Let me explain. Thing is, people keep calling him bland. People keep calling him an emo. No, stoicism is not blandness. He's not bland. He's stoic. He just doesn't express himself very often.
It's fine, Jimmy. It's fine to express yourself, but when he's at the point of being Jesus Coon, that's when you go into trouble.
No,
He has literally.
the thing is, the reason he doesn't express himself, is because I don't necessarily 100% agree with this. I say this would be a nifty explanation as to if this is the case, but yeah, he does exhibit some traits of the high functioning end of the autism spectrum. He does have,
Which is never mentioned anywhere in the anime. This is just Jimmy's
Sorry,
theory.
I mean, I don't think he's autistic, because, I mean,
Yeah,
this
no, I didn't
character is
think-
just so popular.
Oh my god, Gene just firing on all cylinders today.
what the other thing is, as I was making a point of on my Ask FM and on Twitter, he does, the reason I think he's able to outwit so many people is because he spends most of his time thinking of intricate details most of the time because he doesn't interact with other people and he doesn't try to emote.
Then give us some fucking inner monologue.
Yeah, there's something like even Lelouch. Like the thing is, right? Lelouch had.
And like,
Although
like,
he was like an asshole to like everyone,
And,
Lelouch like at school, but you got so much inner monologue from him while he was
Exactly.
doing things. Like
Yeah,
you, because
like-
it was the classic. He was naked. You saw his naked shoulders because he was Zero, and you'd see the green tint on the screen, and you'd get the fuck. I hate Cornelia, and that was more than enough.
is so-
But
this
this Helen Keller main character just can't talk.
Helen Keller, main character.
No, Jimmy, because here's the thing with autistic people and those with some form of mental disorder. They're more expressive with their monologues rather than just speaking out. Like, you could have done that at least.
Yes.
But there's nothing of that whatsoever.
See, I would see where you're coming from, Jimmy, if that was the case, but it wasn't. Like, he just is plain-faced and then just spits out whatever he thinks is right and then does it. And though he has great plans, it's just, why him? Like,
Okay, wait, let Jimmy speak.
When
yeah,
he
I'm letting
explains
him.
things, when he explains those things, he's taking you through his thought process. Like
But
that's usually what happens.
No, he's not.
that's the thing. It's fine if he explains things after the fact. But my problem with it is, and I didn't even think about this, but we hardly got any fucking inner monologue. And you may think he,
Yeah.
bland doesn't even stoic doesn't even equal bland. But the fact is, we do not know his thought process because we never got a glimpse into his mind. So he came off as bland,
Right.
and bland, in my opinion,
Exactly.
is uninteresting.
And his parents died in the war, but there was no backstory to it whatsoever. And whoop-de-fucking-diddly-do, he's dead now, apparently.
And this is the thing, like, it did somewhat happen in one battle scene, and it was the one with, like, the fist rocket lady. on the island.
Oh my god, Slain was the best part about that.
That was when Slain was actually helping Inaho. And the thing is, they at least had communication with each other of what they were going to do and why they were going to do it. The thing is, you didn't get his inner monologue, but at the same time, you got his thought process as
That's
to
true,
what to
'cause
do to fight the
he was
mecha and
having to
bring it
communicate
down.
actively with Slain, which is
Yes.
why he had to coordinate. Because it's interesting, because a lot of
Yeah.
what he did was by himself,
Right.
solo,
Right.
no teamwork.
Right.
That was one of the few occasions where it was, I need to do this with you. The only other occasion is the very beginning, whenever he has the mecha that is capable of disintegrating antimatter with its shield made of Aldnoah.
Yeah.
Because he had to have a sniper there, and they had the smoke screens, and it was all coordinated. Every other time, it's it's just on the deck with a blast with training gear.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Right.
Shout out
And
to
it's like,
CS:GO.
let's just
Yeah,
sit in
for
our
real?
mecha and watch
Operation
him
Blanket.
and ask him, Inaho, what are you doing? Like, okay.
No, the thing about is like you get certain like glimpses as to how his mind works from what he says to people. Like remember when he was doing CPR on Salem after she gets choked out?
Yeah, and that was when I dropped Aldnoah.Zero the first time.
It's funny because I thought it was low quality bait, and then I remember that actually happened.
I wanted the ship to happen.
But
I just think it's funny that he points that out, and it's like, that's one reason why I just quit. I was like,
but that's
oh
the
my
thing.
God.
That's the thing, Jimmy.
I'm like,
it's
because I was like, wow, now this kid knows CPR. Like, of course they explained it.
Gene, here's the thing. Military personnel have
No,
to
I
learn
know.
CPR.
Yeah, I know. He
It's
said
just,
it after
Like
the
at
fact.
least twice a month, I think, or twice a year.
Okay, the reason here's what I took from his like discussion with the captain when he was doing CPR. She was like, "Oh, but high school students usually just giggle at the fact that they have to do mouth to mouth."
Yeah.
Then Inaho, the way he just says plain-facedly, it can save a life. That's
Okay.
what he's always thinking.
Right.
He's thinking,
No, yeah.
of how useful this particular information is to me in the long run. He's not necessarily thinking of the, how to express his emotions to people or how to interact with other people. Like, and that's just how he is as a person. And that's the reason.
Most people don't think about emotions, though, Jimmy. That's the big thing about emotions.
He doesn't.
It's an involuntary reaction.
And Jimmy, here's a big thing. Those with autism especially, like, they don't maintain eye contact when talking to people. They just stare into the wall or just stare into the distance while talking to the person that they're interacting with. Inaho doesn't do any of that.
Here's the thing.
doesn't maintain eye contact.
Wait. Here's the thing that I'm getting out of this. It's just this is all going out of the theory that he is autistic, which is a Jimmy theory.
I'm not saying he is. I'm saying it would explain a lot if he was. That's what.
Exactly. If it's not set in stone.
Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm not making this a point of discussion. I threw that out there in one tweet. I was like, hey, maybe he's a Spurg. Who knows? I'm not throwing that out there. Like I'm.
Here's the counter argument against everything you're saying, because you argue that he has depth because of these glimpses that we see. But that's the thing; they are just glimpses, and I feel like you're fucking putting at straws here. Of these,
I'm saying. The thing is, what I had an issue with, what I have an issue with is people just slamming Inaho just because of this, and I'm like, I would love for Inaho to be a bit more fleshed out in a new season. And that brings me to my actual really, like, what took the show from a 7.5 down to a 6, which was its last 5 fucking minutes.
Okay, before we get onto that, and I can slap you for that, that line,
Jimmy.
let's talk about
My teapot's boiling.
let's talk about the
Oh, that was my phone this
Gene.
time. 1 second, that was my
Stop.
phone.
No.
Okay.
Please don't do it, Gene.
Let's talk about Inaho's opposite,
number.
Slain, who I'm pretty sure everyone loves.
Yeah.
Right, Jimmy? Oh wait, Jimmy probably hates Slain.
Fuck you. Slane's a piece of shit. Slane's a piece of shit very soon.
See, the thing is, he had more. No. See, I like him a lot more because he was a troubled character. He was a troubled character because he was a human living with the Martians, troubled because he wants to be loyal to the Martian princess, at the same time knowing that everybody else hated him because he was a human. At the same time, risking his life for the princess.
Well, he's not a human, he's a Terran. They're all humans.
Which is a human. I mean, like, he's an
Well,
earthling.
no, they're all humans.
An earthling. Sorry, an
Yeah, a
earthling.
Terran.
Yeah. See, like, how do you not... Why is he a piece of shit?
And we all know Gene automatically loves him because
he actually has an issue in his life.
No, that's not the thing. That's not the thing. Him having issues. Yeah, he's not a terrible character. He's fleshed out. He has depth and everything.
I mean, you said he's a piece of shit. So when you say he's a piece of shit, I mean,
he's a piece of shit for the shit he pulled in the last episode. But that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about his character in general. So
exactly.
Right now, his character in general, isn't that bad. I just don't like how can I put this properly? He just seems to be dragged along places. He doesn't seem to act with agency.
That's okay. The only reason I disagree with that.
He stole a fucking airship.
Okay, Gene, be quiet for a second.
He stole a fucking airship to go to Earth.
I was about to say in a more elegant way that he hijacked and commandeered a ship of his own accord and agency and killed for what he thought would have stopped the war of his own agency again, defying direct orders.
Yep.
Because he acted on his own, and at the end, he has nobody but himself. Even the people that he once trusted, everyone. Even when Inoho's on his team, he gets backstabbed. Yep. Everything is going against him.
Also,
he's entirely of his own agency.
Not to mention that he's a Terran, so he has literally everybody in the place where he lives is against him.
He had no reason to kill Inoho.
Yes, he does. He's the enemy. It's the same reason Inoho shot him. It's nothing personal. You're still the enemy.
They had nothing personal against each other. They even had the last exchange.
Like Inoho even smiled when he knew he was gonna get shot.
It's nothing personal. He's just Orange Jimmy. He's the enemy. It doesn't matter who's behind it.
He had to do it because he was standing there with the princess.
He didn't even know that they even had a thing with the princess. He just shot him because.
Yeah, I mean,
he's the enemy, Jimmy.
If anything,
it's not like he was. It's not like he was sitting in the closet watching them make out. This isn't some R. Kelly music video. This doesn't happen. He wasn't just there sitting there.
Oh my god!
He had no idea. He just killed him because he was the enemy. And the objective of war that Inoho himself taught Slain was you're the enemy, I have to kill you. Because that's exactly what Inoho taught him, and that's why he smiled. Because he took heed of his own advice.
Yeah. The thing I didn't like about Slain was because it's hard to It's really just hard to communicate this
but the thing is, on the contrary, I feel like Inoho was just put places for certain reasons. It's the complete opposite of what you're saying about Slain. Complete opposite.
Inoho wasn't just put places. Inoho was put.
Gene is on a roll.
What do you mean?
Gene?
He was just casually crossing the street when the missile hit the fucking limousine.
Damn, Gene. Damn.
He just casually happens to be the younger brother of the officer in the military that controls the mecha unit that's going against the fucking Martians.
Slain. Why the fuck is Slain even on the ship? Why is Slain with the Martians?
He wanted to rescue the princess.
Yeah, you can use the same fucking logic for that as well, saying that he just happened. Sometimes things have to happen for it to happen. Sometimes shit just has to happen, or people have to be related to certain people for a story to happen.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Yeah. But I think that doesn't warrant kind of inhuman, stilted Terminator responses, even though that was the case in this show.
What was the reason for Inoho to even shoot down Slain to begin with?
He was the enemy. It was the same reason Slain killed Inoho. It was the same reason. Inoho taught him the reason. Inoho taught him the final words that would ultimately kill him. You're the enemy.
Yeah.
Which is why I love the ending. It is one of my favorite endings of this entire 2014 anime year.
I would prefer if it ended if it was a beat for beat recap of the Code Geass season 1.
No, because then you wouldn't have known that Inoho would have died.
Yeah, that's the point. If
that's a personal problem. Your waifu died. That's a really personal thing.
But the thing is, you don't know.
Worst girl lost. Big surprise.
Yeah, but guys, we don't know if the princess is dead.
No, the princess is just
alive.
The fact that it was Inoho's sister who was doing the outro.
Yeah.
Means that the princess is alive.
I mean, okay.
Inoho
Here's
could
the thing.
come back. They could do a retcon.
Here's the thing. Do we really think Inoho and the princess are dead?
In the
That's
ideal
thing.
okay.
Yeah.
In the ideal scenario,
Man, it's really hard to
Inoho
tell.
will be dead and
because
the princess will be alive.
that
Because
is ideal.
I do think the princess still has a chance. Because
Yeah.
especially from episode 10 when she stood up against her
But-
what do you call it? Her maid. What
But
was her
there's
name?
this
Edorito
thing.
or something?
Yeah, I remember.
I
this.
guess there's
Like
this...
that was a shining moment for her. Please
Yeah.
shut up, Jean. Let me have my moment.
Okay,
God
I'm sorry.
fucking
I'm
damn.
sorry.
Jean's just on a tirade today, and she just won't stop.
I just really like Aldnoah.Zero.
Damn.
Alright, the thing is, I think they both could be alive, because I guess there's this thing going around where whoever has the power of Aldnoah, like...
I thought you were gonna say Ebola.
Okay, no.
There's this thing going
Power of
around.
Ebola. Alright, now remember how out of nowhere
Shout out
they were
to
just
Ebola
showing
Chan.
that one flashback of Slain and the princess just, like...
Oh, when he first entered
giving
Mars.
CPR, like, yeah,
Why the fuck is he playing Power and Aldnoah Drive? Why the fuck can he do that? Like they never.
Listen, that's what I'm getting to.
It's gonna be
Listen.
her father. His
All right.
father, I mean.
Here's the thing I wanted to bring up. Remember, there was that blonde Martian guy that was always abusing Slain. He died,
Yeah, Croteo.
apparently.
Yes.
Yes.
But then Slain can operate his mecha,
Yes.
even though he doesn't have Aldnoah.
Yeah, he can pilot his Catalafina even though
Right.
it doesn't. He's
So-
a Terran. Yes.
Here's the thing. Now, there's this thing going around that he was transferred Aldnoah through the princess because they kissed.
The mouth
Yes,
resuscitation.
and
Oh
it
my
also
God.
happened
Oh
with
God.
Inoho and the princess. Yeah.
I
so
cannot believe that I'm believing this.
now the princess didn't die the first time.
How is that How is Jean the one figuring this out?
Yeah. How is it?
I cannot.
What the
that is
fuck?
so that is so printable.
Wait. You guys never heard of this theory?
No.
No.
Wow.
Wow. I
The
can't believe
fucking
I-
girls, of course,
Wow,
looking
you
up
guys need
kissing.
to-
They're just like,
No.
they were kissing stuff.
Actually,
Yeah, the mouth-to-mouth resuscitation transferred powers to Slain. That's like
Yeah.
the fucking
Oh, that's so
that's like
fake.
the fucking Code Geass, the Lelouch is alive theory.
Lelouch is the driver. Lelouch is the car.
so
wow,
the thing is,
even more of a Code Geass ripoff.
I guess
Oh,
apparently-
Oh,
Damn.
that's
so there is
damn.
a possibility that Inoho is still alive,
Isn't that right, Lelouch?
along with the princess.
Oh my
But
God.
I guess we will find out.
I guess we'll find out in season
we
2.
will find out in season 2.
But okay.
My problem is when Master of Croutons died and Slain was able to take over the Aldnoah Drive, that kind of rubbed me the wrong, because I wasn't thinking about that particular, like...
Honestly, I thought that the guy was still alive because it didn't show him actually die, which is another theory.
Well, it's kind of hard to
It's hard.
not know when he was literally crushed under his own manner.
But the thing is, you don't usually when someone dies, you see like the pain on their face and their eyes roll back, and you see the whole death scene.
This is directed by Aoki. He would put someone just dying and not actually showing their face.
It's possible.
Right.
This is
I mean,
this is
because
my
they
man.
can show close-ups of people possibly dying, but he can't
Unless
show
it's
someone.
Lancer.
It's quite hard to predict who is actually dead and not, just because of the
Right.
writers and and the
So
directors and everything.
Yeah, because
right.
yeah,
So
because
here's the thing.
Urobuchi would put an important character just dying in like a random ass way. Because when Salem got choked out in the bathroom, I was like, okay, she's gone. Like Urobuchi just killed her. I was ready for that.
That made me so happy.
the thing-
and
the
then
thing-
it made me so sad.
The thing is, right, with the princess, like, I think she is dead. Okay,
I think
so
we have an
my problem with, shut up.
emergency.
Okay, my problem with the princess is that she's died 3 times already. Okay, I don't think that they will resurrect her again to go.
Wait, Princess has died 3 times.
Yeah, the first.
You mean
Well,
twice?
Yeah.
Well, they tricked it. It was the missile. Then
Oh,
it
okay,
was
okay,
then it was
okay.
the choking.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
thought you
Wait,
meant
wait,
like
wait,
legitimate
sorry,
death. I was
sorry.
like,
yeah.
what?
So
Go on.
it's
I
just
feel
like
like
if
they-
she's still alive,
I feel like
Jimmy,
she should-
shut up!
Jimmy,
if
shut up.
she's
let
still
Carl talk.
alive, they won't pull the wool over her eyes 3 fucking times to go. Jokes on you guys, she's still alive again. You know, I don't think
they
will actually do
could
that.
turn it into a joke. They could turn it into a joke that she died.
Jimmy, this isn't your opinions. It's not a joke, Jimmy.
No. I think she's too important to die
Yeah.
for now.
Well, we'll have to see.
it would,
Especially when
if
she got
she's
so much
sti- if
development
she's-
in the latter 2 episodes.
if she's still
Yeah.
alive, then it's just gonna become a fucking meme. Like Slain is a fucking meme in my eyes because Slain is so comically unlucky. There's been no fucking character that has been as unlucky as Slain has in the entire history of anime. And Slain is just basically Bad Luck Brian, just in anime form. Because like anything he does, it just
anything
ginger.
he is the definition of Murphy's law. Like anything that
Yeah.
can't go wrong will.
Like,
Right.
as soon as
Oh god,
Jesus Christ.
Jimmy.
We just need to end this now.
no, okay.
I think like Ian Ho, we just need to kill this bitch.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Oh my god, Garnt, I feel so bad because you're editing this.
Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy, what were
I
we saying?
just think
Repeat. Okay,
that-
Jimmy, repeat what you're saying, and then we're gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing is, what I was trying to say was, yeah, I kind of agree that he had the worst luck of the series because as soon as the Master of Croutons was about to like give him like, oh, you're a true knight of the Versians, that guy gets off. As soon as he goes and tells the king that, oh, the princess is actually alive, the guy tells her that, oh, that's a lie, and then he gets branded
and
as
then
a
he
traitor.
gets shot by
So the whole
Inaho,
thing-
and then the person he
And then-
saves at the end ends up shooting the girl he loves, and it's just like, how the hell? Who the fuck is this unlucky? Seriously, it's just
but-
like
No. Slain is like the Sayaka of Aldnoah.Zero
In some ways,
from Madoka Magica.
except for she's a bad character, and I like Slain.
Yeah, I like Slain too.
It's funny because they're the same. They're the same writer, or at least
I
original,
like Slain and I like the princess. They are a true OTP.
for sure. But I think
But I feel like no.
She has
Okay,
shitty
okay.
editing
You
cut, by the way.
we need to shut up and end this. So I'm just gonna say we'll talk about this again when season 2 ends or
Yes.
starts or whatever.
Yeah, and we'll
We-
see
we
where
have
we
been-
are
we'll-
at.
We'll see where we align with everyone. But until then,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this has been a great podcast. First off, I loved it.
it's been a great fun. I haven't said.
Damn,
It's great
I
to
haven't
have
said.
all of you guys back.
Gene,
Jimmy,
yeah.
Gene, Sue, and Gar.
Jimmy, it's good to have you back. You've definitely dropped some bombs off in this podcast.
Yeah.
But so like with that said.
Go fuck off, Jimmy.
With all that
seriously.
said, thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Yes.
With me today, I had Jimmy from 9-0, or also does Anime Editorial.
Anime
My
Editorial.
bad. I know. Gene from Anime Appraisal,
Oh,
All right, guys, and until next time. And Jimmy, just our connection. It's gone.
and Sooin from SICnanigans,
Still, Slain still did nothing wrong, Jimmy.
and finally Garant from the Anime Zone.
If you're ever feeling like you're having a bad day, just remember, Slain has a worse day than you. Good night, everyone.
Slain still
He has
has
as
the same
many
amount of
Oscars as Leonardo DiCaprio. And with that
he
said-
could be Leonardo DiCaprio going to Africa, getting Ebola, getting arrested, and he still won't be as unlucky as Slain.
Yes.
He was shooting blood diamonds.
Hashtag my day wasn't as bad as Slain's. Good night, everyone.
And finally, I'm Holden from HoldenReviews. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, sayonara. See you later.
See you in AD 2015.
See you in AD 2015.
Don't steal my fucking line.
Gene, get the fuck out.
Ebola-chan, how are you?